Okay, this next reading is going to be for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Keep in mind it will not resonate for everyone, as it is just a general reading. If it doesn't resonate, please feel free to watch your ascendant and your moon sign. Spirit, what energies do you have for Libra at the coming moments? What energies do you have for Libra? Okay, so we have the Lovers card. So Libra, perhaps lately, the Lovers is the card of Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And the Lovers indicate, thinking about someone that, a decision, probably like a commitment decision, some sort of building, romance building, doing it again, like something to do with marriage, maybe some sort of loving relationship. And the Seven of Cups indicates it is a card of some sort of deception, maybe something that didn't go as planned. All that glitters is not gold. Looking beyond what you may see in front of you. So perhaps maybe something you thought about this relationship isn't what it may have seemed initially. Perhaps you've been in deep reflection and thinking that, you know, some something is different. It could have been that you've also left this relationship to go and try something new, but realized that the grass wasn't greener on the other side, right? This is something where, you thought you were going to find something better, and, you know, you didn't. You ended up looking back into this other relationship that you had, perhaps this other situation, and rethinking your commitment with this person here. It could have, the Lovers, like I said, it indicates either a Gemini person or just making a decision, perhaps, right? The of Wands is a card of good news. It's a card of victory. It's also, it also indicates that some sort of good news may be coming to you, right? There's some sort of good news coming to you. It could be via letter, email, some sort of news coming to you. Okay, so let's get some more on this energy. Spirit, please guide me on this energy. What good news? Let's see. What do you want Libra to know? What do you want Libra to know? Okay, well that flipped over quick. So here you have the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is a card of a celebration, right? Some sort of card of happiness, reunion, coming together. Perhaps you're planning to come together with someone, or someone is making a plan to come together with you. But it's a card of celebration and coming together. There's too many cards flipped out. We'll put them back in and keep going. It could also mean that, there was some sort of third-party situation, right? The cups represent love and emotion, and perhaps you were given to more than one, but the fact that it came after the Six of Wands, wow, I just keep going, but I see the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords, right? So that's some sort of communication, and the King of Swords is somebody who's really not trying to hear it, you know what I mean? Someone who's just very abrasive and kind of cold at this time. But let's see what we get here, Libra. It also could represent an air sign as well, those swords, because they represent communication. And perhaps there's a stalemate in communication at this time. Let's see, what other cards do we have for Libra? What other energies do we have for Libra, Spirit? What other energies do we have for Libra? Alright, I don't like pulling the cards. I like for the cards to fall out. I feel like that's when Spirit speaks the clearest to me. Spirit, what other cards do you have for Libra? So whatever it is, it's when this happens to me, it usually feels like something has been taking a while to come to fruition, right? Something hasn't been easy. Something has had a delay. There's too many cards. I can't take that many cards. Okay, so here you have this King of Wands again, right? And so, again, this is somebody who's maybe been feeling very restless. Maybe you've been taking on this energy of feeling very restless. Perhaps the reason why you haven't approached this person is because they have been busy doing their own thing. This could be like, you know, I hate to say it like that, but like fuck boy, fuck girl energy, like somebody just doing them. Doesn't have to be sexually. Somebody who's just like not really caring about anybody else and is just doing what they need to do for themselves, right? But at the same time here you have this, or wait a minute, this, because you have the Three of Cups before it, this okay, so because you have the Three of Cups before this card, this is also the card of Sagittarius. So this could mean that that third energy that is here could have been some sort of fire sign. Most likely an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Most likely one of those three signs, right? And you could have had this either the Gemini person or this other love person involved in a Three of Cups situation, in a third party situation with the King of Wands. So then you have here the King of Cups, right? So you're probably contemplating on going back to this loving situation that you've had. Like, you know, you're probably like in this gentle kind of state of being right now. Somebody who's like very giving and loving. But you also had the Devil card that flew out of here as well. And this is some sort of attachment. This could be something that kept you bound, something that you were, some sort of like addiction. And it doesn't have to be to drugs. It can be to anything. It could be like, you know, something that was holding you back, right? Addiction to, an addiction to a person, a lifestyle, a way of being. You know, it can represent jealousy, trouble, you know. Let's see what we have here. So here we have the Wheel of Fortune, right? And this is like, if you felt this energy in the past, you know, if this was your status here, like kind of being held back, like bound to something, the Wheel of Fortune indicates that you're trying to break free from that type of energy, right? Because the Wheel of Fortune shows like a completion of a phase, like wanting to do something different, you know, something ending and something new beginning. It can also, because your next card was the Chariot, right? So it's like moving forward in some sort of journey, like a movement of residence. And the Wheel of Fortune can also mean an overseas trip. So perhaps that's been on your mind lately, or you're contemplating on going on a trip to see someone. Because the Chariot can also mean like taking control over your own life. It doesn't have to be like a literal movement, but in this case here with the Wheel of Fortune behind it, it could emphasize the need for travel, or simply balancing like opposite polarities. You know, you see the black and the white, and the person behind is taking control over that. And maybe that was something to do with that Devil energy there, something you want to break free from, something you felt tied to. So let's just get some more cards on that energy as well for Libra. The Chariot can also mean like having victory over a certain situation or problem. Maybe you've been thinking about this, right? And again, you also have the victory card with the Six of Wands. So, and the Lovers is also a card of decision, right? Of choosing. It's the spirit of the energy. Okay. So here you have the Six of Pentacles, and that's something that also indicates money improvement, something getting better, a situation getting better, something increasing. Let's see what else we have here. It's also like a card of balancing the scales, maybe getting a raise with your money, your salary, thinking about your future, how to improve your pentacles, taking from one place and giving to the next. It could be some sort of investment that you're taking as well. Maybe you're investing in like stocks or bonds, or even in a relationship perhaps, but that's going to bring some sort of like financial security or abundance. But let's see what we have here. So here you have justice, So this is like, finding out the truth in a certain situation, right? Something that was affecting like a balance in a certain situation. This could be the legal case, a court case, or it could just simply mean some sort of truth, being revealed. Okay. Let's get some. Okay. So I just wanted to pull some other cards out. So here you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is someone who's been, hard at work, somebody who's been thinking, someone who doesn't make like a rash decision, but, has been thinking about an offer that they like to make, and they are coming with that offer, It's somebody who doesn't take things lightly and who has put in a lot of thoughts in through the journey, right? So it's some sort of offer. It's also an indication that things are getting better financially for you. Then you have the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant can be a card of Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And the Hierophant represents, some sort of foundation, some sort of stability, some sort of contract, some sort of marriage. It could be with a job, maybe getting a new job, maybe getting into a new relationship. But something that's some sort of a contract, maybe the government, and then you got the Devil again, right? So maybe you have to either, maybe you just broke free from something like that with the Justice card here, or maybe this card indicates that you need to break free from something. Maybe you need to have justice to something that is binding you and holding you back, right? This is kind of being tied down to something. So I don't know. It came out twice in this deck, so it has to be important. There's something that's holding you back. So you might have felt left out in the cold recently. You have the Five of Pentacles. That could have also been like in relation to money. It could be where maybe finances, you weren't doing so good and you kind of felt like helpless and lost. Or it could have meant that way in a relationship where you felt like you were just left out in the cold, abandoned, and, it's just a very cold, harsh energy. But what people don't realize is that with the Five of Pentacles, if you look right behind, this card, there is a church in the background, right? So they can easily go in for shelter. So wrongs can be righted, you know. There is a way out of this situation. So then here you have here the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups can represent, you know, water signs such as Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. This is a woman who's very loving, very emotional, very fulfilling. You know, she has one foot in the water, very, you know, grounded, but also in touch with her emotions, very intuitive. You know, it can be this woman maybe that you're thinking of, or this male. It's just the energy. It can be a very intuitive person, or very motherly, like nurturing energy. What other energy do we have here for Pisces? I'm sorry, maybe you are with the Pisces. For Libra. So Libra, you have the Ten of Wands. So perhaps lately you've been feeling, you know, burdened, like the load has been too heavy for you to carry. Maybe you need a rest. Maybe you just want to put it down. It's just been something that's been like overwhelming and overbearing for you. It's been a feeling that there's been too much for you to handle, perhaps too much responsibility. But, you know, you have the Sun card also. So the Sun card indicates like that there will be, you know, something that, some sort of happiness that comes to you after a time where you've been feeling the Ten of Swords energy, right? Like stabbed in the back, you know, and kind of worn out. You know, you know, this is a card where you don't have any more to give. You feel like betrayed, deceived, abandoned, left out in the cold. You can see it came right out under here. But also, if you get rid of this devil energy, whatever it is that's binding you and holding back, you have the ability to experience, you know, the sun, which is, you know, happiness, right? This can also be, it can be growth, right? Like either fertility, even though you don't have the Empress out here, this can be fertility, birth of a new child, or it can also be birth of a new idea and growth as well. Even though that's more the Empress card, but I like to see, I also see that with the sun, because the sun gives life, right, to the flowers, and they bloom. So if you break free from whatever it is that's binding you or holding you back, you can feel this type of energy again, you know. I am going to leave that there, and I'm going to pull a card from the Romance Angels. And you know, if you're in a relationship with somebody, or you were in a relationship with someone, you know, hopefully the angels can give you guidance, perhaps offer some sort of advice to you. But you know, Libra, in tarot you have major arcana cards, and you also have the minor arcana. The major arcana are cards that, you know, that don't really change in our path. They're meant to be there for some sort of reason. Then you have your minor arcana, which are just like energies that you have control over, that you can change. They don't have to be this way. You understand? So if you have the Devil card in the energy, and you feel like what can you do in your own life, and what can you contribute? How are the implications of your actions important to the outcome? And these are things that you need to think about when you look at your tarot readings. How do you influence the change? So here, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking will bring, and faith will bring you romance. So having a positive mind, right? Sometimes if we've been hurt so much in the past, and we felt these energies of the Five of Pentacles, like the sense of abandonment, and the Ten of Swords of being deceived, let down, and betrayed, it's hard to be optimistic, right? We look at love with a fear-based mentality, and it's difficult for us to move forward in other relationships where we are optimistic and we are trusting to the situation, because we fear that the past may represent itself once again. So that can be the devil energy also. What's holding you back is this lack of optimism, being pessimistic about relationships and thinking that, they're all the same, based on your prior experiences. So, I was fine with one card, but I'm going to do one more. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Okay? So, being your best self, A lot of the times people think that they need someone else to make them whole, but the truth is that you really don't. You really just need to bring your whole self to a relationship or to a situation, and by doing so, you attract that same energy as yourself. We're going to pull a Shadows of Light oracle card for you, and let's see what messages you get, Libra. Okay, so here you have the candy cane angel, indicating that it is definitely time for a treat. Now, when this card comes out, it's definitely a card that tells you that you have been putting off something that you really want for a really, really long time. And perhaps it's something that you saved enough money for, that you've built up the courage for. Maybe you want to apply for that job. Maybe you want to move forward in a love situation. But, or it could be telling you that this is something that maybe you have denied for a long time, but that you deserve this pleasure, right? You can't talk yourself out of it anymore. It's time to go forward and just go for it. So I hope this helps, Libra.